Who's the guy that did the Transformers movies? Michael Bay.
Shia LaBeouf.
No. I'm basically a Michael Bay type.
Michael Bay. What's business? Just the pod? The pod's business now?
Yeah,
it's not a business yet.
Let's get down to business.
It will. I mean, if we continue to do this and
Brass
it
tacks.
continues to grow, maybe one day it'll become a business and that'll become unfun. You know, hopefully we don't get to that.
The
point.
money's the fun part, Alex.
Welcome to episode 58, guys. This is Brother. My name's Alex. That's
Nick.
we do this podcast where we just we do bits the whole time, day and night or day. Please remember to like, comment, subscribe to us if you're on YouTube, and if you're not on YouTube, go to our YouTube and subscribe, please. We appreciate you very much. Let's do it.
That was good. That was really good.
You always have to hit the subscribe. Because
You don't
for some
have to.
reason. Well, you do, because in YouTube it like glows around the subscribe button whenever you say that within the first.
It just does that
minute or
automatically?
two. Yeah,
That's
you
crazy.
just have to say it within. I don't know what
AI, man.
Yeah, but I'm just like, I guess I have to say it soon. I don't know. It probably turns off at a certain point where it's just like it doesn't want you
I've
just
seen
catch
it,
random subscribes and just.
I've seen it like at the end of videos. Like it'll do it. Like I think it's just whenever you say it, but maybe only.
That'd
like
be kind
once.
of annoying though if you said it multiple times and it just did it.
Yeah, it probably
Maybe
only
it'd
does
be
it
nice,
like once though.
I don't know.
You just have to say it periodically throughout.
I don't want to do that though. So we'll just do it the once. Well, I guess, and at the end we sometimes we miss both.
Sometimes.
You know,
Not this time though.
it's sub count really doesn't matter in the slightest, but.
It
What
does-
matters
it
is just
does
the recurring viewers, which is bigger than the sub count, which is good. That's fine. But it's people like you, which,
I
but-
get it.
no. But anyways, Nick and I, today we had a break-in, right?
But it wasn't a break-in because you didn't lock the door.
Right. Well, what do
was
you call that? A barge-in?
Yeah, barge-in.
We had a barge-in today.
It felt like a break-in.
It felt like because they were unauthorized, unwelcome.
Individual
Yes.
opens my door.
Well, yeah, that was
My
probably
bedroom door.
that was in their house. It's probably that's their room. I would assume.
I don't even think they lived here. They said something about a key. I was still like half asleep. I'm like, what the fuck?
Is this something about a key?
Yeah.
Cut that.
Well, hey, my life was in danger. I'm allowed to curse.
Nope, not in the first 5 minutes of the pod. You can be. I could be threatening you right now, and you can't curse. But go on. So
That's
what happened?
So I heard the door open. Like,
Okay,
that woke
the
me
main
up.
door. I mean, you are
Yeah.
right next to the front door.
Yeah.
Your
And
bedroom.
I figured it was just like one of you guys leaving.
So that woke you up though, like that.
Well, I
the
heard
door
like
opening.
it's slammed shut. Like when it's
Oh,
like
so
not like
she like
lightly
came
closed.
in and then closed the door.
Basically,
She
that
came all the
opened.
way in.
Yeah, she came into my room. She took like a step in and then saw me like flipping my blanket over, getting on the edge of my bed, and she was like, "Oh, it was the wrong house." I was
Days
like,
looking in. Wait, why'd you say it like that?
That's what she said.
Who is it?
Doesn't matter who.
Well, it's just the way you said it. I got a certain picture in my mind.
No,
I don't know if was it a black woman? We can say black.
It was Candy in the first 5 minutes. It was, but
Ask me if we can say black in the first. I sure hope so. I don't see why not.
that's not relevant to our situation.
Well, to you,
I was
just because she was.
I just said, "Oh my god, dude," and I started laughing.
like while she was still in the room.
No, not until like she had closed the door. I said, "Oh
Did
my
you say
god."
anything when she
I said,
was
"Oh
here?
my god," and she closed my door and then like left, and then I started laughing.
But did you say it like, "Oh my god"? Or did you say it like, "Oh my god"?
Probably like a middle between the two. It was
Oh
like,
my god!
no, not like that.
I don't know what's in the middle of that.
It's like, "Oh my god."
Just like, you idiot,
Yeah, basically.
you
I
moron.
was like, I'm half asleep and I can tell you're in the wrong place.
Well, it's not her home.
That's why you lock the door.
Ah. I always just want to protect you from anything that could happen.
The opposite.
But
You are lucky it's still not 5 minutes yet.
but maybe I should lock the door in case crazy people just open the door.
Well,
Ah.
it was like 10 in the morning. I had like
I
just
know.
gone to bed like a few hours before.
recently. Yeah.
I was in the deepest stages of
Well,
slumber.
I had left a couple hours before, and so
and then that lady entered.
So you thought we had just come back even though we had left? Yeah, I
I didn't know what
guess,
time it was.
right.
I was like in sleep. What are you talking
You were
about?
just, I guess it's 4 p.m. now, right?
No, nope. 10 in the morning.
10 a.m.
Took me a minute to fall back asleep after that.
Well, yeah, because your heart's just...
I was like, what the f*** just happened? Yeah, I was just trying to...
Cut it.
Hey, you dummy. Just trying to figure out what had happened. Yeah, like, what's going on here? Was that a dream? Was that not a dream?
It was real.
It was real. It happened.
You're
Luckily,
like,
my body flew into
I
autopilot.
still sense her presence.
I felt her enter.
Yeah. You like get up and immediately lock the door. Did you?
Yeah.
I know you did.
Yep.
Like you're
Only
like
way
laughing,
to go back to sleep.
and then you scramble up. You're looking through the peephole. You see her walking away.
No, I didn't do that. I tried to go back to sleep, and I'm like, nah, it's not happening. I went and locked the door.
What, after like a moment?
After like 20 minutes.
20 seconds.
It wasn't
20 milliseconds. You lay down. Yep. Gotta go lock that.
Just,
yeah. Make sure she can't come back in.
Anyone.
You don't want her to be like, you know what? Hey, honey,
he was half asleep in there. I get in and out without anybody noticing.
You know, baby, I'm sorry about that.
Give me a kiss right on the lips.
Right on the lips. You're just like getting back up.
Like,
what? It's been 19 minutes since you left. I was about to wake up and lock the door after 20 minutes.
Yeah, I had my timer set.
Yeah. You're like, after 20, it'll be safe enough to get up and go.
That's how you know there's enough distance.
Yeah, but she came in at 19. You know, she's
my
like,
whole time frame.
Your alarm starts going off while she's there. Right. She's like, "What's that for?"
Nothing.
No. It's just saying like lock door.
Lock door now before a crazy person
for,
comes
honey?
back.
Yeah, psychopath, psychopathic, monster woman.
But like, how in the hell do you get into the wrong place? This is on the 3rd floor, top, at the very end of the hallway. You have to deliberately.
It has to be the completely wrong building.
Yeah,
or she just went up an extra floor.
How
did you recognize her at all?
No, I just got like a vague outline because I was in fight or flight, and there ain't no flight in that room.
That's you. That's your flight.
Just
try not to get shot in a game, you know.
So the door opened. I was just like flipped off the blanket. That was like
completely nude.
No,
and she was like
wearing like normal clothes like this, basically. I don't think she did that.
Yeah, she did one of those.
She was like surprised at someone rapidly moving.
Of course.
Who is asleep moments
Excited.
before. Well, in a way.
Yeah.
Not in a good way.
Who's that?
No.
This doesn't look like my room or smell like my room at all.
It doesn't smell like anything, dude.
Yeah, you're right. It smells like stench. Farts?
No.
You've been asleep for 2 hours. I'd imagine you would unleashed a flurry at that point.
I don't fart a lot.
Littering your room
it's like
with your stench.
Your thing. My stench?
Yeah, your smell. Your smell. Unpleasant odor.
No.
Nick?
No. You're the one with the unpleasant odor.
No.
I have a musk.
A musk? That is what you call it. You know,
that's what anyone calls it.
Like mold. You know?
That's not it. That's not it.
That's like the smell, you know, kind of like musty, right?
It's not musty.
Yeah. Musty and musk are pretty, you know.
No, they're not.
Only
they're
one
so
letter
different.
off. So.
That's just not true. One letter?
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you know how to spell words?
Some words. Yeah, some words I know how to spell.
Very
Other words
concerning.
I don't. Well, I work at a school, Nick. So
yeah, you teach children.
It's not expected of me. I don't teach children. I do fix
mentor
their device. No, I do fix their device problems. Yeah.
Shadow then, whatever it is.
No, we've had a recent uptick in the same problem, which is fun to have because it's like, oh, there's like a built-in issue that's failing.
That's good.
You know, there was 5 today. 5.
That doesn't seem like very many.
It's a lot. Like for the same thing with the same thing, where it's like as soon as they unplug it, it turns off.
That seems
like
they
leave it plugged in,
issue.
battery 0%. You know,
the battery's not charging.
Thank you, Nick. So, you know, none of these people or these devices have warranties, so it's just like, oh,
what? Well, they got the cheapest one available.
They have 2 weeks left in the school year, so it's kind of like, SOL, bro.
Sorry, dude.
There's been a lot of me being like, sorry, sucks, got to use it, and they're just like. Yeah, they're just just like, I hate Mr. U. You know, they tell each other like, don't ever go to
that
him.
Dude sucks.
You can't trust him with anything anymore. I hate
You
them.
never could to begin with.
They spit on me, you know.
I would hope.
I'm like, oh, sorry, kids. I'm sorry.
They're like, get out of here, puppy.
I'm just apologizing while they're like, assaulting me.
And then they just stomp on you.
Sorry.
Like, get on the ground.
They
Apologize.
just beat me. Yeah.
With the devices that are busted as shit.
Oh yeah. Well, because they're like, some of them are shattered. So that's sharp glass.
From the physical
Sharp glass they're
assault
slicing me
onto
with.
your body for not being able to do your job, basically.
Well, the school year's almost over, thankfully. The seniors' last day is tomorrow.
Dang.
That's their last day of class, and then Friday is this fucking thing called their carnival day, which is something they do every year apparently, where they go on this long ass walk, and then there's a small carnival on the campus.
That sounds awesome.
It's not school.
It's carnival.
It's not school. It's carnival day.
Yeah, it's carnival day.
It's carnival day.
You
And apparently there's like food trucks, and I'm just like, you guys have money, and it's just like a big fundraiser,
Where the kids fund the school.
Well,
more.
when the parents, and whoever decides to stumble upon, I don't know where the money's coming from. If I'm being honest,
You're only allowed to go if you're a part of the family, right?
Well, I don't know, but
Just open
this
it to
whole
the public
school,
a carnival.
this whole school feels like a grift. Where it's like they're just trying to grift the students or fleece for cash. I found out that the whole school lunch cost $12 for everything I was getting. Every time it was $12.
You're gone.
It was gone in
like a week.
Yeah, so
You spent
quickly.
all the money.
So quickly. I think it was like $150 I had.
$12 a day for
yeah.
a meal. What am I, fucking Warren Buffett?
Bro, if I knew that,
You would
I would have used it right
all
to the
the time.
line. You know what I'm saying? Of the funds they gave me, not a
Well,
cent
most teachers
passed.
pay it at the end of the year, you stupid dummy.
Yeah, what a dumb. Isn't that weird that they're like, that's so normal?
Everything
Yeah.
about what they do is weird as shit. What are you talking about? None of it is normal.
And like, I don't know if it's next week or like in 2 weeks. It's like one of the others, the situations where I'm not going to get paid for like a 3 week period again. And it's just like, it's just going to be right after I pay rent again. And it's just like going to be like a week and a half.
At least you know the money's coming.
No payment. I know it's coming, just real late for
not for the
inexplicable
school.
reason, huh?
Well, not for the school. It's not late.
It's right on time for them, I've started to do the events though for the school. Like I did the mom prom recently, which was grotesque to
You
say
loved
the
it.
least. Well, I loved it in the comedic sense, but in the
In the literal sense.
the literal sense was just a Freudian
Pageantry.
experience.
Oh,
Well,
right,
pageantry,
yeah.
yes, but that adds to the Freudian experience is the pageantry, where it's like the moms are all whored up, where it's like, oh, you're with your son, but what's
Trying to fuck a teacher.
no,
Now you're like Mr. U's in the building.
it's less actually Pornhub than that. It's more the incest
Disgusting
category. Yeah,
motel
it's more like
in Alabama.
Yeah, it's more like the let's go to the West Virginia section. Yeah, it's I was up like 3 levels. Thankfully, I didn't have to go down into the slop at
You didn't
all.
want to smell it.
I didn't want to. I didn't want to see it up close at all.
Just
From afar, you can
just them
see
getting
the
into it.
high dresses on the moms, the legs showing all the the.
That's pretty hot.
With their.
Yeah. Just grinding on him.
Sweet home Alabama. Christ almighty, dude. And it's like me and one other person were the only ones like who were questioning like, why is this
No,
happening?
they do this every year.
Yes. And I'm like, tradition doesn't have to exist. We don't have to do tradition.
It exists
We
for
can
a
stop
reason.
it.
You just don't
What's
get
the
it.
reason? Please. I would love to know the reason.
For a good, bountiful harvest this fall.
Yeah. Well, that could be a euphemism, and if it is, it's a bad one. I don't like it.
It could be, but it doesn't have to
like
be.
it.
You know?
I don't want it to be. I don't want it to be. I
Plausible
refuse to.
deniability.
No, I refuse to believe that is a euphemism. Even though you probably said it as one, didn't you?
No. Yeah. So what? Get over it.
Anyway,
You're, you Americans are so uptight.
yeah. Get out, lady. If you don't get that, you don't get it. If you do, you do.
If you do, you think that's funny.
There was a limo.
I would imagine several.
There's only one that I I took a picture of it, and if I remember, I'll post it. But I took a picture of the limo because it sat there the whole time. So this poor guy, well, probably not a poor guy because he was probably paid handsomely.
Probably
for this,
a rich guy.
But he picked up maybe multiple moms with their sons, as if it's prom for the sons. And
that's what it is.
You know, what's the goal at the end of prom for the usually?
To have coitus,
right? But so you know, you're showing up to this school with your mom in the limo, and you know, it's
goal's still the same. The goal hasn't changed.
No, yes, it has. I sure hope so. We're in Ohio, motherfucker.
Roll Tide.
Anyways, as the night progressed, you know. Yes, there's no alcohol or anything going on, but
I doubt that. I doubt that's true.
It's at least none provided, but I'm sure there were some moms that came prepared.
Oh,
so to
obviously, yes.
Yeah, but
I did.
You know, if you got this kind of wealth, you're not going to not drink.
You're going to always have
a party,
a BAC of at least a 0.05.
They'll loosen you up a little bit. But maybe you don't want to be in this sense. But Nick, all right. They literally introduced every single son and mom and had them come out and like give each other a hug and kiss on a stage and then walk
on the lips.
Walk hand in hand down, you know, the aisle to like their seats. Why? Every single kid with their why did this whole night exist? Why did any of this happen at all?
Because God said on the fourth day.
If God saw this, he would be like,
this is part of my plan.
Or she would be like,
he'd be like, this is part of my plan.
Oh God, no, it's not. No, it's not, dude. This would be like, hey, what was it?
You guys have bastardized everything.
You read my plan, right? You read the plan. You didn't read. You clearly didn't read the plan.
They read the plan.
It's supposed to be a Catholic. You didn't read the plan.
They're riffing.
You guys are making this shit up.
It does seem very made up.
And they are. So is all of it. But you know. Anyway,
Alex. We can just move on.
So I am. So basically, I'm doing the events now. Is what I'm saying. That was the first one I did. So it's just very. Yeah, I did that.
Are you doing the carnival then?
Not doing it, but I will just be there, just indulging. You know, I'm doing the walk, and then that'll give me cheat points to then eat everything at the food trucks.
I'm the senior, guys. I'm just like you kids.
Hello, fellow kids.
I got held back a couple of times.
I show up with my longboard and like a wife beater on. Hey guys, how you doing?
I mean, kids are still in the longboarding, right?
Shit, I don't know. Maybe that's only a young millennial thing. You know,
I'd be like, all right, narc.
Yeah.
You're such a narc.
I'm like the opposite, but I'm like the
Like now that I'm the guy are out of high school, want to go.
No. There's none of now you guys had a high school talk. None of that. There's none of the yeah.
Want to go longboarding?
There's no like now there's an opportunity talk. It's not like any of that. That's
Yeah, sure. So you say.
But yeah, I worked the mom prom is what they call it.
That's so creepy.
Because it's not for the kids.
It's
not for the boys. It's not for the boys.
It's not. It shouldn't be for the moms.
It's for the moms. And it shouldn't be. You're right. It shouldn't be. But it is.
That's what it is. That's what it is.
It is. And it's every year, and it's always the same weekend as Mother's Day.
Well, I bet the all-female school has a daddy-daughter dance. I bet that's
I hope not.
Even worse.
You know what? Maybe they have more sense, and they just don't.
Maybe. It's possible.
And we could check, but we're not going to. And we're just going to hope and pray.
You're just
not going to pray, but we're going to hope.
And say that's the way it is. You don't want to.
That's the way it is.
Double check on that to get the facts.
No facts. Nick, we're not a facts-based podcast.
Straighten everything out.
We are the opposite of a facts-based podcast. We are a,
It's nonfiction.
Well, no.
What's his name?
Like a dramatization.
Who's the guy that did the Transformers movies? Michael Bay.
Shia LaBeouf.
No. I'm basically a Michael Bay type.
Michael Bay.
He was the guy. I remember.
And a few of them.
The one that I saw, the Bumblebee.
The Bumblebee, yeah. The green. I was gonna say green guy, but it's the yellow guy.
I
don't know colors, guys. The Green Goblin.
That's wrong. Franchise. I do know the Green Goblin. That's Spider-Man.
Oh, Spider-Man. Yes, the Amazing Spider-Man with Spider-Gwen.
Feet. Well,
Miles Morales.
Not in the original.
Uncle Ben.
Rip.
R.I.P.
He always dies.
That's Gen Z humor. Just where you at?
Zigzagging.
Yeah.
Is that with the Z and Gen Z?
Skibbity toilet nonsense. Yeah, exactly.
Don't you skibbity the toilet at me. I'll beat the shit out of you.
Yeah. It's all gibberish,
Well, it always has been.
Yeah.
It's just like, I must be old, because even like after watching it, I'm like, I still just don't get it.
Don't get
what's
it.
funny.
Even if you watch an explanation, it's just like...
It's just not...
Why is it
it's
funny,
just
though?
not funny.
That's why it's funny, though.
No.
And it's like, oh, but...
I remember being 13, too.
Is that how comedy dies?
So basically, everything's just dying.
Why?
Because we're at that stage
Yeah.
in society.
It's like AI has become everything, I guess. There's like AI porn now. There's
yeah,
AI,
there is.
AI writing scripts for movies, AI writing scripts for video games, AI making video games.
Yes. And it's only going to become more prevalent as the years go on.
And it'll only get better.
And it's going to get easier to do.
Yeah. What are we going to do then? How are we going to make this
just
easier
keep
or better?
on chugging.
Like a train.
Choo choo. Pain train's coming. Remember that Tate office linebacker?
No, I don't.
Oh my god, dude.
Nick, you're going to make me cut all this out now?
No. Keep talking. I'll just show you the video.
Nick, it was just Mother's Day. I had to go to see our mom, which you didn't go see our mom, which you should RIP feel bad about.
I do, but it was super fucking busy.
She was crying that night.
I believe, yeah.
But I went to see her. Well, I went to see
who the hell
Frankie
is that?
Valli in the Four Seasons. That's a 91-year-old man right there, Frankie Valli.
Oh, was he like...
He's the guy from Jersey Boys, if you guys know that movie. Nick, what are you playing over there? You're gonna make me cut all this out now.
I'm a firm believer in paradigm breaking, outside the box thinking.
Hey, buddy.
Is that Ryan Reynolds?
Break was over 15 minutes ago, Mitch!
And since Terry's been with us, our productivity has gone up 46%.
Probably can't play it all, but so
You
it's
play,
a
like,
whole
some of the
minute.
hits. Yeah, well, there's so many of these.
Wow.
Like these.
I don't remember that at all.
Funny. Oh my god, dude, it's so fucking funny. There's a lot of episodes of that shit.
Wow. And he has his own YouTube channel apparently now.
Well, it's very popular. So
Who knew? Who knew? But anyways, so Mother's Day, I went to Cincinnati, as they say, Cincinnati, S-I-N.
Well, I can never go back to Cincinnati.
Well, you're not Crocker from Fairly Odd Parents, so that's not true.
That's a dated reference at this point.
So Nick, you don't know anything about Frankie Valli in the Four Seasons?
No, I have no idea who that is.
I didn't either until I met Danny, and apparently she's a big fan, and she has been her whole life. He's an old man now, 91.
90, yeah.
91.
He's not young.
He's still performing.
How though?
Kind of.
Does he look like he's actually doing
Yes.
anything, or is he just
No.
like?
He does look like he's 91, though. I thought that's what you were going to ask. And yes, he does look like he's 91.
You just answered my question.
But it was, I will say, inspirational because he's still doing the damn thing. As well as he can, he's still doing the damn
I
thing.
gotta pay for my retirement home.
Now he sounds more like an old man with a high-pitched voice, kind of like this. He sounds pretty normal. He's just
That's not normal.
old. He's 90, 91. But, the Four Seasons are the four backup singers / dancers. And they're young
That's
guys.
summer, spring, winter, and fall.
Exactly.
Go on.
And they're all young, handsome, trimmed guys doing some dancing and singing behind him,
Oh, that's why people are there.
Frankie's just kind of doing, the old man thing.
Gyrating
He's
his
91.
hips.
No, this is what he's doing the whole time.
Oh, just trying to stay.
Bro, he's
upright.
holding the mic. He did it.
He's singing.
Yeah, well, they're like using a synthesizer. So he's like, he can't really sing anymore, but he can kind of like make kind of the sounds, and then they use this. So it sounds, sounds good.
So they're just using him for branding.
It almost seems like a little bit, but it's also him at the front of it. So he's
using him for.
I bet they're like
branding.
I bet they're like, you can stop at any time, Frank. Like you're good.
Oh, the opposite. They're like, you have to keep going.
It's either one or the other, and I hope it's not that one. You know what I'm saying? It's just the
91
elder
in
abuse.
corporate chains.
Yeah, the elder abuse. Yeah, I'd rather not that.
Well, We would all rather it not be that.
Well, I only say that because he seems like he's having a good enough time. He's smiling as
All
much as he
liquored
can. Well, and he did a costume change. He took a jacket off or put a jacket on,
Oh, wow.
and he was trying his best. He really couldn't. You can't do much in 91, honestly.
No. That's why you shouldn't be performing.
No, shouldn't be.
Yeah.
but he is.
He is.
This is his final farewell or some. It's like the last concert
Ever.
This was basically the last chance that Danny could see him before he stops. I think
Living.
It was very important that we went and we did it. Yes, but it also maybe other than the concert, it was actually good. But
You said other than the concert.
yes, because other than because like where it was at was a casino.
Oh.
The concert was good, and just the whole getting in and then trying to get out.
Did you gamble?
No. As much as I had the inclination, your boy's broke, trying to pay back student loans. It's like,
Well.
I don't want to be gambling.
Yeah, you do. You could make all that money back.
That just reminded me immediately of Reno, just the Grand Sierra. I'm like, oh, I'm back, baby.
GSR.
It looked just like it in the inside. I'm like, oh, wow, I guess this is everywhere now, huh?
Yeah.
Same games, too.
Well,
So-
there's not that many. It's just like the same basic ones.
Buffalo.
Ugh. I just never gave a shit about slots. Like, even when I win, I'm like,
slots
I
are my
didn't. I feel like I lost though.
Well, you did. You did, usually, probably.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I never.
You got to build
made
it
a
up.
Profit.
You got to hope somebody else was there and they burned through all their cash, and now
They
maybe
never did
Maybe
on
it'll
my
give you some
machines.
kind of.
They
luck
must have
now.
like just got the jackpot on my machines. I would think.
Well, they usually do. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because then that's when you get up and leave. The
Well-
next guy comes and sits down is really optimistic. It
Loses $40.
Yeah,
so
it
it's just
leaves
like,
looking
God
40
damn it.
years older. Exactly. Yeah, just like.
I guess I'll go play 21.
Yeah, just do some of
Better
that.
odds on blackjack.
Better odds on shooting. My brain out. But
Well, if you go,
oh yeah, that's more effective.
you want to go like that.
But
Cross the way, not down the street.
we went out to eat to Voodoo Bar. I don't know if you've ever heard of
Sure.
that. They do drinks, Voodoo, like beer and stuff.
They do voodoo magic.
They're based in Cincinnati, but there was no servers or hosts at this place. But it was set up like a restaurant / bar, and it was mostly empty when we went in there. But it's one of those places you sit down and we're just kind of like. And then on the little thing, it's like scan to place your order. You scan the QR
We're
code.
living in the future.
And you order as if it's DoorDash. And everything's
Sure.
just crazy expensive, but you're like, all right, I guess we're gonna order drinks. Then you like start a tab. So you pay like a cent to start a tab, and then they bring the drinks out like a few minutes later. It's efficient as fuck. But
Why is it so expensive?
yeah, expensive as hell. And I'm
Less
not talking to
employees.
anybody. And
That's
they
pretty
messed up
good.
Danny's order. There's like no one in there.
How did they mess it up?
They brought out the wrong. It's the same named sandwich, but this person had taken off the patty. Okay, so the thing that Danny ordered was like this, just like a cheeseburger with like steak, like some brisket on top as well, and like sauce, and like it was like it sounded good.
It sounds so good.
And then what shows up is like just brisket with like just like onions on top of it, and she's just like, "Is this what I ordered?" And she's like. Because the servers just they drop it off and they walk away immediately.
It's like, well, how do
It's
I
like-
go about correcting this?
Yeah, so she, as when the lady was like serving someone else, I'm like,
You there?
is this?
They love it when you
what
do
this?
that.
You're right, but I didn't give a shit, and I was like, hey, what is this? And she's like, oh, that's not yours.
I know.
Yes, this isn't mine. But they didn't replace it. They didn't give Danny an actual the thing she ordered. They just took it off our bill.
What?
That's
Well,
one
like-
thing.
well,
You need to
like-
replace it as well.
Yeah,
right?
I wanted what I ordered. I want to eat something. I didn't order the food for fun.
But she just dealt with it, and it's like I tipped, lower than
I would've tipped nothing.
Obviously, I should have tipped nothing. Honestly,
Are you kidding me?
But, anyways, that experience. I mean, the drinks were amazing. But and they had
Sturdy.
fried pickles that were literally the best fried pickles I'd ever had.
If you like,
They had
fried
sourced
pickles.
local pickles, and they had like the spicy Cajun like ranch. It was delicious. I don't know what they did. It was amazing, immaculate. Fried pickles were 10 out of 10. My burger was shit. I ordered like the standard cheeseburger, and I was like, "Oh man, this sounds amazing."
You can't possibly fuck this
Shut up, yeah. It just well done, and I'm just like, "This is like a tire, bro. Get out of my face." Left disappointed in the food for the most part. Showed up to the casino. You know, you can't just enter the concert instead of the casino.
You can't just enter.
You can't just enter the concert.
No.
You don't want to go to the casino, though. You just want to go to the concert, but it's at the casino.
The casino is
It's
there.
at the casino.
It's through the casino.
It's outside. It's outside. You could just walk next to it because they have gates that they've closed off. But,
Sure.
you know, that lead right to, you know, we see the concert. It's right there. But they have gates that they set up that they've closed, you know. You have
Seems
to
like
go
you
into
could just watch the
casino.
concert from there, you know?
Oh, they have it too high. You can't see.
Scoundrels.
So you got to go in the casino, which was fine for us because we needed to. Well,
Not
Danny-
a gambling addict.
She wanted to get merch. We got like a Hard Rock hat. We got this at his actual merch table, but we got like a Hard Rock hat.
How much was that hat?
$25.
That's
Normal hat
reasonable.
price.
Yeah.
Exactly. Not bad. That's why we bought it. She got a shirt with his face on it. He looks much younger on, and you know, he looks
Probably
much
more
better.
appealing to buy
Yes,
that one.
Can you imagine?
Just the old decrepit
just like,
man.
oh. Can we do some?
Oh, we don't
Photoshop
want to
on
remember
that?
him like that.
Can we do some Photoshop on
Airbrush that.
Yeah,
Airbrush that one.
just like into oblivion, just like just fade him into nothing. You know, he's just a streak.
He's a ghost.
But
we're
anyway,
preparing for the future.
so as this concert was outside and accessible, if they didn't close off gates, they just wanted us to go through the casino. to
Yeah,
get there.
well, it's all a psyop.
Well, to get in, it made sense because they did the metal detector stuff. You know,
Sure.
checked our bags.
No guns allowed.
Yeah, so we did that, and then on the way out, they have just gates all around the venue that they could have opened just to let people just walk free.
That's in an emergency.
They had people at every gate doing some of this bitch shit. Remember that from the freaking Ren Fair, dude? Talk about fucking traumatized me for life with idiots pointing me to go to a certain direction. You talking about me wanting to go right up to
Well,
for no
you have
reason.
to listen to them.
Just, why did you do that? You know, just completely uncalled for. Sorry,
They're just doing their job.
that's trauma. You know,
That's not trauma. That's shit. That's being a psychopath.
that's just you know, time having its
You
effect
can't blame
on
your
me.
trauma for that.
I didn't do it,
I
didn't feel that
yeah,
way.
on the podcast. You didn't do
but
it.
it's something you think about where it's like, if I did do that, that'd be hilarious.
They start screaming.
They start yelling. It's like, why did you do this? You know?
Please
Start crying.
stop.
Yeah, stop hitting me.
I'm
but
just
it's like,
no.
get back here, right?
Yeah, stop
Don't
running.
running. Don't run.
come here.
You can't run.
You can,
I'm faster
You
than
can run, but
I'll catch you.
I'll get you. Yeah. I'll
So
get
anyway, these guys, these normal people are pointing us to go into the casino again,
you. Like, go gamble.
and just the amount of people that actually went into the casino to
Well,
gamble.
people are gambling addicts.
Yeah. But it's like we saw one couple at the front of the line go out, just everybody else just funneling into the casino, and then me and Danny leave, and there's no one behind us, just everybody still funneling into the casino.
Well, they're not going to not gamble.
That's their, you know, it's like, well, we're here.
They're there.
We're
Yeah.
here.
Yeah, you might as well, right? Like, how often do you get an opportunity?
That's the casino's logic.
and
as
it
well.
works. Yeah.
It's theirs as well. They're using it to trick you to be
Profits.
like, yeah.
Got to make that money,
Yeah,
honey.
I didn't care enough. I was like, you know, if I was a richer man, if I
had like thousands of
if
dollars
I
in
was
disposable
gambling
income,
Dad's money,
I would gamble it all.
every cent,
Put it all on black.
feel nothing of it. But if it's mine, no, thank you, bud.
Yeah, no, I'm not throwing my money away.
I'll play with virtual money all day.
Yeah, fake numbers. Hell yeah.
No, my real money is too
J
precious.
use cash, absolutely.
Every
Not-
cent.
Not mine.
Like I said, drain him. But
it's all on the table.
yeah, that wasn't the case here. So yeah.
Unfortunately.
So we leave, and didn't get robbed or anything.
I would hope not. Casinos typically have good security.
It made me realize Cincinnati's an awful lot like Columbus, except it seems like there's more going on. There's more restaurants per inch rather than a bar. There's a restaurant rather than a bar.
Well, it's more like hip. Like it's more up to date, I think,
Yeah.
than Columbus, because Columbus is old.
But Columbus is like trying to become one of the current cities. Like,
Well,
one of
yeah,
the
I mean,
more
we are
popular
like
growing cities or something.
One of the biggest
Which
cities.
is weird to me.
Yeah, it is weird.
Why?
It's
I'm trying
super
to
weird.
leave. I'm trying to leave.
Well, everyone's trying to leave. That's not from here. Or that is from here.
That is from here, right?
Yeah, the only
Everyone
people
that's
that are
not
trying to
come
move
in.
here. Yeah.
We're like, hey, no, get out.
Dude, look at all that land they have. It's so cheap.
It's so cheap.
Why does nobody live
Why?
here?
Oh, good reason. There's a reason nobody lives there.
No, people love it. My hands just like peel when it goes from winter time to spring, summer. Like the flesh on my fingertips just like peeling.
Is that what happens at your job? Yeah, whenever you
Almost
wash
every
the
year.
dishes, you just your
Well,
fingers.
yes, but not just from that. Like just from working normally.
Oh, sounds about right. That's just the restaurant life, right?
Not normally unless it's like the transition from cold to warm.
The weather. Well, we have that disorder, right? Whatever it's called, the
Raynaud's.
riboflavin,
Raynaud's.
Raynaud in our fingers. Where it's
Yes.
like, even if it's slightly cold out, if our fingers are doing that thing, it's like, oh, I feel really cold.
Well, no, it's actual pain.
Yeah, but it's the hurting mixed with the actual freezing feeling in me, where I'm like, oh, I have to warm my hands now.
And then they feel ice cold because they
Yeah.
are.
Yeah, actual to the touch.
Yeah. I'll just jam it in my pants. It's fine.
Nick,
Jam it in my pants. It's warm in there. Like a solid 98.6.
Yeah.
Heats it right up.
all right.
We're
Anyways.
talking survival here.
No, we're not. We're just talking about warming hands. You're talking about grabbing your schlong, Nick.
Well, I didn't put it that crass like you,
That-
you animal.
I mean that, picturesque. That I'm
I'm an artist with words.
You're
I'm a fucking
painting
lyrical
something.
wordsmith.
Lyrical wordsmith. Yeah, right. You're nutting, Nick. Didn't you work Mother's Day? Was it busy?
Yeah. Yes, to both.
Wow. So you have Cinco de Mayo and then Mother's Day just
In the
right after.
same
huh?
same week. Yeah.
How was that? Was that good?
Pretty busy.
It was a Sunday, all right? So
Yeah.
I mean, Sundays
So we
are
have the normal church crowd, but also with there's
mixed
mothers
with moms.
too, and then just
Well, the church crowd's just early afternoon, right?
yeah. It was like lunchtime for all the wine moms.
They show up drunk.
Yeah, they're like, let me get more drunk.
They can get a margarita, right?
That'll level me out. They just fall over.
That's moms, dude. Is that moms?
That's our well.
Well.
That's some moms.
Yeah. All the moms I know, at least.
How many moms do you know?
I know a few. Yeah. Well, I was in Dayton on Mother's Day. Well, my whole weekend was just in Cincinnati. It feels like
My whole
Dayton
weekend was just like in the restaurant.
at work. Yeah, pretty normal for you.
To be very normal, yeah. I did have to go in early on that Mother's Day.
Of course you did.
Yeah,
Well,
obviously.
just to be safe.
Well, it was SFB that was working that morning.
What's SFB?
Super
Brains.
Yeah. yeah.
It's such like
Trying out a new thing.
It's such a lighthearted way of putting it.
Well,
Call him a
SFB
fucking
would have
moron.
died. Yeah.
FM, Mr. F.
You
You can call him Mr. F, Nick.
well, it would be Mr. M.
Yeah, true.
And at that point, you're not really
by the
saving.
show, true.
Yeah, because we're not saving any time there. If we
Mr.
gotta-
M.
Mr.
Gets the
M.
point across pretty quickly.
SFB just sounds like it could be like cool. Like it's a
It's
technical
not though.
term.
That's why you need to Mr. M. It is more accurate to.
Mr. M
his
would have
skill
died
levels.
were I to not do that.
Mr.
'cause
M did what?
He would have died if I didn't go in early. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. Was he there all day as well? Like clopening?
No,
Or-
he
oh,
left at 3. I was
okay.
I was the clopener.
You're just like every time you see that on the schedule.
Here we go again.
Go again. Oh shit! Here we go again.
yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, sounds about right.
At least it's over for the year. I mean, goddamn.
Yeah.
Every year I'm like, this is the last one I'm doing.
Was the last Mother's Day?
Well, Cinco. But yeah, also yes.
This is it.
This
I'm
is the
out.
last fucking one.
And they're all like, yeah.
Okay.
Shut the fuck
All
up.
All right, get back there. You got stuff to do.
You gotta do
Shut the
dishes,
fuck.
please. Thank you.
Not the dishes that time. No, it was Gibby time.
Por favor,
The
no.
man's a machine, like literally.
Yeah.
Like he just doesn't speak a word to anyone. He's just like a literal robot, basically.
Sounds like a cool guy.
He's very autistic.
Artistic is what Nick said.
Yeah, he's very artistic. And then those
Incredibly.
dishes, like he's
Focused.
laser, like laser.
Putting it PG.
If anyone speaks to him, he just like looks at you like you're dumb as shit.
He's incredibly artistic.
He's so artistic
And we mean that.
in a literal sense.
Yeah.
There's no euphemisms.
There's
There's not. There's.
There's.
Hush.
But anyways, on Mother's Day, I had to
Yes.
see Danny's parents.
Was that pleasant?
Yes, it was actually. I like her parents.
Huge change of pace.
Yeah, it is. It's very, it's very
Hopefully I
chill
said
over there
that
with
quiet
them.
enough that Mike didn't hear that.
She has like a niece that's crazy, but other than her, everyone else is
But
very
you can just
chill.
tell her to shut
Yeah.
up, you know?
She's like 4, so I mean,
yeah.
she just does her own thing.
Impose
She
on
got
her.
makeup, but she was just doing some of this. You know? I'm like, oh, little girl doesn't know about anything about,
You're so
thinking that she looks good and shit, and she's like, oh, no.
pokes it into her eye.
Yeah, she's like, it's like, oh,
Stains the
yeah,
iris.
the iris, yeah, forever. Yeah, nah, none of that. None of that. I bought her mom flowers while I was in Dayton. They were worse for wear when I bought them.
And still $45.
They weren't $45, but they weren't cheap. We bought them from like a Trader Joe's, but like that was local to Dayton. I don't know what it was called.
Dayton Joe's.
It was like a bougie. It looked almost like Jungle Gyms, but like a smaller version.
It's Dayton's
All
own.
the people were wearing like bow ties and like really dressed really nice. I was like, I feel bad.
I'm like,
for
why
you
are
guys.
you wearing
It's really
this?
hot.
Yeah.
You know,
Looks
But-
very uncomfortable.
yeah. But got mom these like, wildflower looking things. These big bulb flowers. They were a little saggy, but I got them for her. I was like, maybe she'll appreciate the wildness of it, because that's what I got it for.
Sure.
That was not the case, but so from there we took it to
She loved them.
Danny's parents' house, and I was like, shit, I don't want to leave these flowers in the car. What do I do? We put them in the fridge for some reason. I'm like, is this what we're supposed to do?
And they're like,
I don't know
I don't
anything
know.
about flowers. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm like, sure, we can. Sure, I don't know. Is that what we're supposed to do?
I'm not a flower guy.
As soon as we took it out, petals start falling off. I'm like, I don't know if it was the fridge or if it was just this
No.
thing being old.
Yeah. Decrepit.
But so by the time I get it to mom, it's like incredibly sad looking, and I'm just like I'm just sadly giving it to her. Like
Just a fistful of wilted ass
it's
flowers.
Like, do you like it? Do you like it?
Here's your present, Mom.
Yeah, and she's like, why did you even bother? But I think she tried to keep them alive. I bothered because it's your day, and I thought you'd like them. You don't. You don't appreciate it. But I got you a card as well in like this little rain measure thing for the garden. So enjoy your day. But I tried. What's that from? That's from Emperor's New Groove. That's yeah, I feel like that guy in the kitchen just packing all of his shit up.
that is how I feel almost every day.
Well, that's you literally in the kitchen too,
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Fuck it.
Saying
This
the
is the
same
last.
thing.
This is the last day. You sons of bitches.
I'm leaving.
This is it.
Yeah, but everyone,
All right, see you
again,
tomorrow.
everyone's like, okay, Nick.
See you tomorrow.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Yeah, we hear you.
Yeah. Just get it out.
Just get it out, bro. Get it out, bro.
That's healthy, right?
Sure. But I basically spent all of Mother's Day just drinking. It was great, in that sense.
Sounds better than working.
Yeah. It was spent the whole day drinking and outside. Because when I was at Danny's parents' house, we were outside on their front porch, which was...
It was a nice day.
So fucking nice. And then when we got to Mom's, we were outside on their porch.
More stressful there, I would imagine.
Well, yeah, obviously more stressful, but,
Yeah.
I brought my Kush. I brought it with me to the hotel. Didn't even smoke it. I just did my vape the whole time. I was surprised with myself. I'm
Wow.
like, This thing must be getting
Vapes
stronger
are
than.
good. Yeah, vapes
They
are good.
must be getting more potent.
They're pretty powerful.
Because I used to be able to, I remember when we were in Reno being like, this thing isn't doing it,
Yeah, it's
we
not
just
good enough.
fucking drained the whole thing. We're like, are you even that high? It's like,
Nah, not really.
are we
Like,
are we addicts? It's like,
No, it's not us.
It's just not strong.
Not strong. It's
Not
just not
strong.
strong. It's just not even concentrated enough.
yeah, which was
That's what
weird.
it is.
I mean, how long ago was that at this point?
Years, like
Yeah,
what, 2017, 2016?
was it that long ago? Was I still in college? Or was I graduated?
Well,
2019.
it had to be when I was like 21, so it was probably 2019.
Oh, okay. So I had just left college. That makes sense.
It was not really fun, I don't think. It's like
No.
let's find the fun. Where's the fun?
Yeah.
It's like,
Well,
well,
we tried.
You have to gamble your money if you want to have fun.
Although that was fun, just because it wasn't our money. As we said
Well.
before, it was our dad's money. Just
Until I ran out of that, and I'm like, well,
I guess we're done.
it's like when we were at the Season Parish Festival. It was like when you run out of the quarters for the games, and you're just like, well,
You couldn't just say at the carnival.
at the
At
carnival,
the carnival for the church.
cut that voice line in at the carnival.
I'll keep it in. People will hear it.
Whatever.
Just fade it. Just really quiet.
We don't even live near there anymore. It's fine. Try and find
Who's
us.
still listening? Mom? Mom, I heard you. I hope you heard how hurt I was from your comment, and you don't say that again because that hurt me. But you do say stuff like that all the time to us. It is what it is.
frequently. It's like
But,
a character trait.
unfortunately, but
Sure.
I thought it
Well,
was.
cut that.
Keep it in. But, it is what it is. It
is what it is.
Family is family. We know how both you, Dad. It's kind of like Nick. I have to talk about my job again.
Okay.
It's almost summer,
Sure.
and as you know, I am not getting any time off. I still have to go in.
That's good.
It's good, right? I'm having kids that apparently work for the school during the summer asking me, "What are we doing this summer?" And they keep asking me this.
I don't think you have a plan. for
Because
the
I keep
summer.
telling them I don't know, and they for some reason that isn't enough. They keep asking, "Oh, what are we doing?" Oh, I still don't know. Still don't have a.
Why don't you know? Alex,
We're gonna.
Mr. You.
Which is weird because that is what they call me. So when you say that, it's like, I hear like a kid. Like what's up?
Why don't you know yet?
They just barge in my office. Mr. You, can
Mr.
you help me
Yu.
with this?
Mr. You, why don't we have a curriculum for the summer?
'Cause I've been here 3 months, Because I'm still technically the new guy.
You don't have an itinerary?
No.
Beat your ass.
Who do you think you fucking are?
Dude just comes up, slaps you.
Huh? What I figured out is that if I work the events, they're all overtime.
No matter what, whether you're
Because I work 40 hours a week, so if I do the events, it's all OT.
So you're gonna do every single event from open to close until you're like, I don't feel like it. It'll be like a Friday night. You're like, well, I had an early Friday. Why would I want to go in?
Yeah.
Alex,
Well, it's weird because I'm technically the boss, which is not technically. It's because I'm like
you're the only one.
I am the guy who's like people are like looking to like every single time a kid comes in the office, they come straight to me. You solve this. There's 2 other people here.
Yeah, but they don't know them.
Skip past every. I'm just like
They're like, we don't know who those guys are.
one of them
So-
has been here longer for been here for 3 years.
Nah, never seen him.
Well, the other guy is newer than me, so it's just he's the old guy. I'm the young guy,
You sure are.
apparently.
You're the young hot shot ready to take on the world.
The young buck.
Time to get run into the ground.
Time to just drain you for everything that you're worth.
Yeah, give me all of your energy and time.
Well, I asked ChatGPT for a way out.
They just say LOL. You're fucked.
It said a way out. Why would you want to leave this heavenly place?
Oh.
It was like I was using the school's ChatGPT. No,
It's called God GPT.
God GPT. Yeah.
No,
it just
God be
it only
GT.
responds with scripture.
God be GT. God be great.
that would suck actually, honestly.
God be T, dude.
Man, what if you did train like a language model on the Bible and had it respond to you as if it had all the facts based on
Someone's
the Bible?
probably done that.
Well, you can answer very simple questions if that was the fact. Like, is heaven or hell even in the Bible, like, actually? Or was it just
Yes.
a little story? A little tall tale?
Well, they all are.
Is it
Oh,
in, like,
cut
the
that.
original... is it in the original version of the Bible? Or whatever the hell it
Old
means.
Testament or New Testament,
Who knows?
bro?
What is the difference?
One of them's real.
What's a testament?
Like last will and.
Last will and? Yes. What is that word?
Like it's like a declaration.
That's
or
what I
something.
think. Like a statement. Something
Yeah.
that you just own, you
You're
know?
just making a statement. Yeah. I'm a linguist.
Well, if we take the first part, testy,
Where are you going with this?
which its origins come
As
from
in
the male
Testicles.
orifice.
Who's the man?
Well, not orifice, but
The
the male
legend.
organ.
No, Testicles
Yes.
from Roman times.
Hermaphrodite.
I don't think
The
that-
ancient elven god.
Elven. We have elves
Mystical.
now.
Yeah. Well, Zeus, you know, he's always the
Are you
guy
saying
from
Zeus
Hercules.
is an elf?
Yeah. He's the big muscular guy. He's smiting you. Or is that just God? What does Zeus do? He's the
Zeus
thunder
is the
god.
thunder god.
Which is just like just the regular Christian God, right? Because he can smite and stuff.
Well, he looks like him.
And he looks
but
like him.
There were many other gods.
Why does he look like
if
him?
you're going off
Is that
of
just
Zeus.
coincidence? I'm just going off.
Just
Zeus,
because he
but
looks like an old white guy.
that's not that's not. But it's like in America.
All right, picture God in your head. What are you seeing right now?
Have you ever
Is
seen
it a
Always
black
Sunny?
guy?
If you've ever seen Always Sunny in Mac's dream state, that episode.
Yeah, that is God.
That's what I picture.
That's God. Hello,
A guy,
my-
yes, a guy, a big muscular guy.
Hey,
in a
Rex. What's up,
fake,
bro?
Fake beard, fake hair. Just
It's real.
huge.
It's real beard and hair.
Yeah, it has the appearance of being fake.
Yeah, because he's so
It's like his mask.
holy.
It's like wearing a disguise.
Well, he created it so it looks pristine.
Yeah. Well, looks fake, but
No, it's real. Just like religion.
Nick, cut it. No, leave it in. Just kidding.
We'll do one of them.
Just like religion.
They
leave it
cut
in.
a lot. they cut.
Leave
so
mine in. Cut Nick's out.
Whatever, mine's better anyway.
This is gonna be the chip chop pod. Chop chip.
You're not gonna chop chips.
Yes, I am.
You've never chopped a chip in your life. You never chipped a chop.
I've done both, and I will do both.
That's a chop back.
Nick's just talking nonsense, but
Nope.
so I went to Micro Center today. It was a
Oh, yeah?
trip during the mid work day. There was anyone want to go to Micro Center
Did you
real
get an
quick?
RTX 4090?
No. But they were like, anyone want to go to Micro Center?
Every time.
Just okay. Just a nice trip.
Oh, I'll go.
I'm just already out the door. Anyone want? Just I'm gone.
Already
But-
there. Just call him. Like, where am I going?
Yeah. Sorry, I didn't let you finish. Where am I on my way to? They just see me peeling out. Just smoke billowing out of the windows. Yeah.
Where am I driving, boss?
Well, it was a nice drive.
Of course it was.
I like the fact that I get reimbursed for the mileage. It's not a lot. I'm basically using it to pay back the lunch fees. I'm like, until I pay them back, I'll take the trips. I'll do the trips until I don't owe them
and
anything.
also afterwards, probably as well.
Well,
Call me errand boy.
as long as I can leave the school and just
be
enjoy
private.
myself. Yeah, just be left alone for
Yeah,
5
for like
goddamn
10
minutes.
10, 15, 20.
Fucking minutes.
There's a lot of traffic.
I'm actually gonna be taking my lunch before I come back. So
Can I
you'll see me in
combine
about
my lunch break into my trip
30
time?
from now? Oh, you can do whatever you want.
All right, so 30 minutes from now, I'm going to drive there. But I'm leaving right now.
Well, the way it works
don't
is
call me.
I have to print out the Google Maps of from the school to my destination, and I choose whichever is the longest mileage. Obviously, the longest trip.
Is that even the route that you're taking?
No, but I choose the longest one for the most miles,
Yeah.
and then I take my mileage from that.
And then they're
obviously.
going to be like, what's your odometer say?
No, they're not gonna do that. It was actually recommended to me by the person who had been there for 3 years to do it that way, and I was like, "Hey, you said it."
You said it, but I'm doing it.
She's like, "I always do the one with the most mileage," and I'm like,
yes.
"Say less."
Yeah,
You know
like,
what I'm saying?
that's the way.
Say
I'm going to
less.
take the outer belt. Go 20 extra miles.
I mean, I'm there in way less time than it says, but
I mean, you
You get
can
paid for it.
You can click and drag the little street. like the blue thingy.
Just go all the way around.
just
the
drag
scenic
it out.
route. Visit a
Extend
different
it.
city.
Yeah, just take one big loop around the state of Ohio,
I had to visit my mom down in Cleveland.
and then
Or
make
up
a
in
trip
Cleveland.
over to Westerville, and then I had to go to Dublin.
There's many destinations along the route. That
There
you have
were
to take.
people who were in town for one day, and I haven't seen them in years. What are you gonna get mad at me for that?
You ever have those people that aren't family, but your parents kind of treat you like to call them uncle something?
Yes, we had that with the
Yeah, what's that about?
pancakes. That was good.
I know what you mean. We'll call them the pancake family. Yeah. I mean, I always thought that's what Joe would be like with his son to me, but I haven't met the kid yet. I don't know how old he is at this point.
Did you ever?
Did I ever? No. I think he's at 2 at this point, maybe. Been 2 years. I got a text from Joe today. He sent me a picture of a Vaporeon Pokemon card.
So it's just like your brother.
Nick, no. He's like, dude, my brother-in-law gave me this Pokemon card. It's worth $400. He had no idea.
Stupid idiot.
Yeah, so like, it's
Dumb,
like-
dumb bitch.
So I didn't want to ask him, like, are you gonna like give it back? Because you figured out it's worth actual money.
I said, nah.
Well, because he's like, dude, he had no idea this was there.
He's so dumb.
Yeah. I'm just like,
Well,
a man,
Joseph, morality.
a man of no integrity. Joseph.
It's like, I won it. I won $400. He's so dumb. He doesn't even know. He doesn't even
I
know how
won
much it's
it.
worth. This is mine now.
He gave me all of his cards. They had no idea this was here.
Your license plate says
Scamming.
scamming.
And it was a self scam on their part because I mean technically
Well,
Joe
he just thought he was doing a nice thing for someone, and Joe's
I
like,
don't even know if, yeah.
yeah.
Joe's like, hey, I
You
like
fool.
Pokemon cards, but in the back of his mind he's like, I know values of cards.
I
can-
know this
can
website
change.
that I can just search every single card.
Spent all day going through just every card.
He found
was
the one
given.
that was worth money. He's like, I done
I
it.
need to take a picture, send this
I've
to
done-
Alex to tell him.
He must know that I'm $400 richer.
Yeah. And then I'm just like, well, how did you get this card again?
Do they know?
You didn't like open a pack and discover this.
No, no,
like
no.
it was yours.
No,
It's,
he got a break, but it was from the guy handing it to him.
a family member, no less.
It's like, I spent $800 on all these cards. Here.
I have been collecting these since my childhood.
Here's all of
until
them.
recently. Yes, this crate and also this whole unit is filled with these cards.
You can have them all.
Now maybe he told Joe, "Hey, anything in here is yours."
Yeah, probably. But he didn't know that there was a $400 card in there. No shot.
Do you think if he knew, or that would change anything for him?
I don't think he would have given him that card. I think he would have given him the rest of the cards. But Joseph is like, yoink. You didn't have a card that was
What?
worth money.
The dude's like, I thought I had it.
No, this is all junk.
I thought I had one around here. There was like this
I
shiny.
looked it all up. It's totally
There
all
was
of
this
this
shiny
$20.
Vaporeon one. I swear it was.
No,
it was the
it was
coolest
a
looking
first
one.
edition run. No, I didn't.
It said
I didn't
one
see
of
any
one.
of that. I didn't see
It
that.
said one of one. I swear I saw it around here somewhere. I
had
had
it
it framed.
graded,
I had
yeah.
it framed. It's like sticking out of his pocket.
No, man, I didn't see it.
Somebody's throwing stuff.
It sounds like you're saying I stole your card.
So, the guy, comes up into my trailer.
Gives me his Pokemon card. Sounds
Yeah.
like you're saying I stole $400.
The guy in the chair.
I'm letting you give me your cards. I'm not charging any rent.
Accusing the guy in the chair of stealing from you. That's I think that's a little crazy.
Well, that's the Joe way.
I don't want to say that's my friends, but
That is.
that it.
And your friends say a lot more about you than about them. So, I mean, goodbye.
No.
That would have been a good one.
Like it would have, but we're not there yet.
How can you tell?
You can't tell. You always want to put it. There's 2 seconds, and I get no cutting room.
Yeah.
That's why you're not in charge when it ends.
When
Because
it
you
ends.
don't edit. You don't know.
When does it end, Alex?
That screen turned off about a minute and a half ago. I bet it's at 2 minutes. Suck my nuts, Nick.
It was a lucky guess. Do it again.
Was it a lucky guess, or was it that I just have an impeccable sense of internal clock?
The first one.
Nick, that's
The
why I'm
former.
in charge of every aspect of this, and that's why it gets released on time every week.
Well,
I
that's 'cause you
edited the
schedule it.
podcast on Friday before I left for Cincinnati. edited the thumbnail the day before release on Monday. So 2 days ago.
Streamlined.
This is me like, what do I make for the thumbnail? I still have nothing. I thought maybe after the weekend I would have an idea for the thumbnail. And then, Monday comes and I'm like, I really still don't know. It's like kind of like, I know the title and I know that we're going to be on it. What's going to be in the background that's going to entice people to actually watch it?
A water slide.
Well, that has no relevance to the title at all, It's
No,
not me, it's
people
everyone
love it.
else. What do you put in that thumbnail?
A water slide.
I put it on a guy that's going like this.
That's good.
Yeah, I know. Quality, and that's why you guys are here, and that's why you guys watch our podcast. Am I right?
Oh, I think it's for the humor of myself.
Not for Nick. You guys probably watch for me. You guys probably hear Nick talking. You're like, oh, can we, just skip forward.
That's never happened. That would never happen. That's never once happened.
No, you're right.
People hang on every word, like gospel.
Mm-hmm.
Because I am a preacher.
No, you're not.
Talking to my children.
You still haven't seen Righteous Gemstones, which our boy Adam Devine is a preacher in that. A gay preacher, no less.
Well,
And his
they're
wife
going to
hates,
show all of it.
His wife hates that role because he is just straight up gay and just being a flamboyant. He's the
He's
spokesman
very gay.
for gay pride for the church.
They show.
They don't show it.
Ugh.
They don't show all of it. They show enough. They show just enough.
I wonder why his wife doesn't like.
Yeah, well, he's very,
Why do you
he's
even agree?
a
to do
southern
it?
gay guy. I wonder why his wife doesn't like that. Give me that cock. You need to watch this show, Nick. It's funny. We also need to do our Patreon videos because that has to come out next week too. So we have to do that this weekend. Any ideas what we're gonna watch? It's always a surprise, guys. It's always a surprise because we have to do a regular Patreon, but then we have to watch something. If you guys didn't know, we have Patreon, patreon.com/BrotherBrother. $2 a month still. You guys can get in on that. $3 a month if you're fancy. $10 a month if you're wealthy beyond your wildest dreams. Those are the tiers that we have over there.
$10 a month. That's a good deal, guys. It's good for.
It is what it is. If you got the money, you know what I'm saying?
Hundreds of hours.
Well, at this point, no. But eventually, hundreds of hours. Yeah. Because we put it, every month there's 2 episodes of there. We put one of us.
That's like 800 hours.
We put one. Well, there's one of us just doing this basically again, an hour, an extra bonus episode, and then one of us doing a watch along with a movie that we like or a show. It's been movies recently though, so we need to figure out a movie to watch.
Well, I think we only watched one show.
Trailer Park Boys. Yeah.
Well, no.
No regrets. So we watched 2 then. If that's not what you're thinking.
We watched
of.
Trailer Park Boys on it.
Yeah.
Oh.
We've been doing the Patreon for over a year, so there's a few episodes on there if you don't know, and we're doing free free non-YouTube videos, the pre-post that I've started doing.
Never workshopped that name.
Which is the beginning of when we start the camera, aren't recording yet, and then the end after we stop the mics, but we're still recording.
Gotta drive
good.
that
Good show.
user traffic.
It's free, so if you don't want to
There's
pay
no
us
reason
money,
not to see it.
just go follow us on Patreon, and you can see that every week. So
Maybe you spend $2. Maybe you're not. I don't know.
hey, get some exclusive
You're
content.
already there.
Yeah. That's not a trick. That's not a trick.
No.
What is it?
Exposure.
Exposure, baby. And we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Peace.